Guys, greetings from Hoi An, Vietnam. Well, this is my third day in here, and besides eating and touring the old city, I didn't do much. So I've had a little research on the internet, and I found out that literally 5 kilometers from the city center, from the old town, there is a so-called coconut village. Well, you can actually take a little boat through this coconut plantation, or I should say these palms, because they look more like a palm. And to do so, we've rented a bike. We've rented a bike from the guest house. The lady was really nice. She offered me the bike for 100,000, which is more or less $4 for the whole day, which is really cheap compared to Laos, where you pay a bike roughly $7. Hopefully, we will have a nice ride. Meanwhile, I need to be really careful. My phone down there in Vietnam, there is not a stop. Woohoo! This is going to be a great experience. He gave me this Viet Cong hat. Is an air blade, a fair one, a nice one, and this one costed only 100,000, which is amazing. Well, now we will be driving it for roughly 10 minutes, 11-12 minutes, till our destination. Join me. Right guys, so we are driving. With one hand I'm holding the camera, the other one I'm accelerating, and in the meanwhile I need to be really careful because in here they're driving like mad lads. This is what this looks like. Meanwhile I have my phone down there which shows me the directions. What I realize is that in Vietnam there is not a stop. Although physically you can see the sign stop, people is not stopping. They are simply going ahead. Woohoo! Thanks God they've got a helmet. Otherwise I wouldn't have rented the bike. You know? Safety first. I don't know if you can see the phone, but however, I have Google Maps on because I don't know where to go actually. So the mission of the day is to go to the coconut village, have a little tour, and enjoy the view. Hopefully, it will be a great experience. Now, the first one to the right, we need to turn. Here is the new Hoi An. Everyone is building around, new houses, new complexes, new hotels for tourists and for locals, I hope. Now, can you see the little bridge on the right hand side? Well, we need to cross that. Here the river is really dry. Driving a motorbike in here is really fun. Well, I guess it's fun everywhere, innit? It doesn't really matter. Vietnam, Romania, wherever. Italy. Google Maps says we've got left 7 minutes and 3 kilometers. I'm going slowly so I can film, drive and pay attention to the road. The options to go to the coconut village are free. You either rent a motorbike, you rent a car, or I should say a bike, because there is no point for you to rent a car, or get a Grab. The cheapest one is to get the bike, the bicycle. The most convenient one is the motorbike, because you have freedom and you are not sweating a lot. As you can see around, everything is really green and it's full of these beautiful, I guess they are palm trees, but I'm not sure. Everything is green. I'm really glad that the sky is cloudy and it's not hot, or I should say humid. Outside there are 28 degrees, which still makes the difference. Three minutes left to our destination. We made it to the place where we are going to get the coconut boat. Is the Long Hoi Tour and restaurant. So I've got this trip from my guest house, and this is the motorbike. They allow you to park the motorbike in here. And now, in 5 minutes, we're about to experience the coconut boat tour. This is the entrance. Everything looks tidy, organized, and I should say clean. It is really nice. On the left hand side you can hear a bit of music. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I guess it's gonna be really cool. It's just amazing. The river is really low, but still, I guess it's going to be a great experience. Just amazing. And he's the owner? Are you the owner?
Yeah, owner.
He's the owner of the Long Hoi Eco-Tour restaurant. They're friends of the guest house where I'm staying at. Hi there.
Nice, yeah.
So, which plants are these ones?
Yeah, the water coconut.
Water coconut?
Yeah.
Oh, so they're not palms.
Yeah, not palm.
It's water coconut.
Yeah, water coconut. Underwater. Before, say here, the army Vietnam pushing with American.
Oh, so basically what he's saying is that in this region, back in the days, in between 1955 and 1975, during the Vietnam War, the Americans and the Vietnamese, they clashed in here, precisely in here, in the coconut water fields. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, on the river, before many battleship American around looking for Vietcong inside. When you meet Vietcong, bam, bam, bam.
Right,
And so
so-
many airplanes around, every day in the boat, same, ready.
So the Vietnamese, they were hiding themselves in the bushes, in the
Yeah.
coconut trees,
Yeah.
and the Americans, they were coming here with the ships,
Yeah,
patrolling.
Yeah, patrol.
And then as soon as they were seeing them, they were shooting them.
Yeah, the Vietcong underland about 3 meters.
Wow.
Underwater, can you read?
Wow.
Water.
So the Viet Cong were hidden under the water, like about 3 meters, and they were breathing with the straws, with the bamboo. No,
Yeah, the bamboo.
bamboo straws. Wow, that's incredible. That's absolutely beautiful. Right, he will provide us the tour. Let's see how it's going to be.
My name Long.
Long. Yeah, the name I guess is the same like the restaurant. So Mr. Long was telling me that people in Vietnam are getting married really early, around 20 years old. And you don't have enough money to build a house and get stable, therefore you need to cut the coconut, the water coconut trees to make the house, right?
Yeah.
So even here we can see that everything is made out of coconut. Oh, that's incredible.
Yes, back from the coconut, how very cheaper.
It's very cheap
Yeah,
because it's very cheap.
Yeah.
And I guess it's lasting a lot, no?
Yet no, 10 years, no problem.
For 10 years, you have a warranty of 10 years. Wow, that's amazing. And is it free of charge to cut them?
Yeah, cut and dry and 1 month later. After that.
Oh, so you need to cut them, dry them for a month, and then you can use them to build your own house or your own hut. But is it free? You can go and cut?
Yeah, for the local people.
I'm really lucky because Mr. Long will be driving us around directly. So he told me, and actually he gave me this Viet Cong hat. He told me that his father, which is the gentleman over there, he fought in the Vietnam War. He was a Viet Cong, and now he's receiving like a salary, or so call it pension, from the government because he fought during the war, which is quite fair. I'm really privileged to have Mr. Long with me, so he's gonna drive me around in this little beautiful tour. Hello! That's amazing. And Mr. Long also told me that during the war, the Americans mined the whole region, and as soon as the war finished, the coconut fields were full of mines. So when the locals were going to cut the water coconut trees, they stepped on the mines and they were left injured. That's a sad story. How long is lasting a boat like that, made of bamboo?
Yeah, the one person made boat about 1 month.
1 month.
Yeah.
And how long is lasting? 10 years?
Yeah, a long time, about 6 years, 7 years, no problem.
6 years, 7 years.
Yeah.
So a bamboo boat is lasting around 6-7 years. That's a hell of an investment considering that the raw material is free. Hello.
The bamboo.
Bamboo, yeah.
Yeah, the bamboo not say here, the bamboo in the mountain. When you cut the bamboo from mountain into about 3 days.
Right, so the bamboo is coming from the mountains?
Yes.
Once you're cutting them, it's taking 3 days to come here?
Yes.
Wow.
From mountain into about 3 days.
Is it
Very
around
far.
Sapa?
Very far. No.
No.
Now in the Quảng Nam.
Quảng
Or
Nam.
Nam province.
Okay. Okay.
Korean people.
It's full of mini boats around, full of tourists. Mr. Long was telling me that they are really grateful that this part of Vietnam became famous because tourism helps the local community to work, get a fair salary and fair opportunities. Young people, they prefer working in huge companies around Vietnam, but what's left for the elderly? We don't know. Therefore, he's really grateful for this influx of tourists. It's amazing. Yeah. Right, so you are sourcing your food from the ocean.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
In the afternoon, a lot of Korean people come to the boat.
Oh,
About 1 day, about
Korean?
Yeah, Korean people.
Okay.
About 2,000 people for 1 day go to the boat.
right. To do this kind of boats or that boat?
Yeah, the boat there.
That boat,
yeah, boat,
okay.
Boat, bucket boat.
Ah, the
there.
bamboo boat.
Yeah,
so
bamboo
is
boat.
it this region or this area famous for Korean tourists?
Yeah.
Oh.
Before 2 years ago, no have a corona. About 5,000 people for 1 day go to the boat.
Right, so what he's saying basically is that before coronavirus, in here on a daily basis, there were coming roughly 5,000 South Korean tourists, which of course allowed the local community to live and thrive decently. Another Korean tourist, nice people. But now, after the corona, we are only about
2,000 people.
2,000 people.
Yeah.
Hopefully, with the time, people will come back.
Yes, from Korean live in Da Nang, come to the Bay Bird, big follow group into the boat, then go to the Hoi An city, about 9 p.m. come back Da Nang.
Oh, I see. Right, so Mr. Long stopped the boat. What is this?
This is a water coconut.
Water coconut.
Yeah, the water coconut can you cut
Yes.
inside, a little water inside. Can you eat from same in round mountain?
Right, so you can eat the fruit that is inside.
Yeah, inside, yes, sometimes red one, sometimes rambutan.
Oh.
Before Vietnamese were with American, the Viet Cong eat only the coconut tree.
That's it?
Yeah.
For the whole day only coconut?
Yeah. Before the many people American around every day, don't have eat anything. The Viet Cong eat the coconut.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what Mr. Long says is basically during the war, because the Americans were patrolling the whole area, like these small boats, the Viet Cong were eating only the coconut, the water coconut fruit, and they were drinking from it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fascinating. They're so big, isn't it? And heavy.
And the Viet Cong, the good idea when you cut the coconut tree,
Yes.
marking send the pump. Yeah, the pen, pum. Send.
The weapons?
Yeah. You're marking the send.
Right, so
Yeah.
I believe what Mr. Long is saying, that the Viet Cong during the war, they were cutting the water coconut
Yeah, cut.
to make weapon out of it. I believe he is referring to maybe some really nice darts or some weapon of that kind, or arches, I don't know. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Super nice. It is a really peaceful experience, although some places, restaurants, are playing the music very loud, but it's really relaxing cruising in between these beautiful water coconut walls. Right, so I guess we reach out to a party zone. It's full of mini boats with people dancing and celebrating. Woo! Hello! It's full of them. I guess here we are in the open canal. Wow, I don't know if you can see the guy back there, what he's doing with his bamboo boat. Absolutely beautiful. I guess we are joining a party now. Definitely we do.
Dạ, xin chào quý chị, cô quý chị đã dành thời gian về qua dừa. Quá rồi. Anh chị đó, bạn chị đó.
That's so sick.
Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. 새로운 인간적인 여자 커피 한 잔에 여유를 아는 기억 있는 여자 밤이 오면 심장이 뜨거워지는 여자 그런 있는 여자 너무 사랑해 낮에는 너무 따사로운 그런 사랑해 커피 식기도 전에 원샷 때리는 사랑해 밤이 오면 심장이 터져가는 사랑해 그런 사랑해.
Mr. Long is going to bring me over there to the fisherman. I don't know for which specific reason, I guess it's just part of the tour, but we are here to enjoy it. Therefore, we will doing it. So Mr. Long brought me close to the fisherman. Basically what they are doing, I guess, is a little bit of an exhibition. He's just simply throwing the fishing net, and around him small boats like ours are gathering to see it. Let's have a look, guys. That's really beautiful. I guess he does this thing on a daily basis, if not on an hourly basis. It's really scenic and really nice. this part of the lagoon is much quieter. The big party boats are over there, but here it's really quiet and it's really nice. That's so nice. Look at him. That's impressive. He's really good at it. So Mr. Long is spinning the boat around. That's a hell of an experience. What legend, Mr. Long. She's having fun! Wow! Now I guess I have vertigos. Whoa! That was nice! That was a hell of an experience! So we are coming back. It was a fun tour around the lagoon. And Mr. Long was telling me that he has a business.
Yes.
So basically he has a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
You are also a tour operator,
Yeah.
right? So Mr. Long can come and bring you from anywhere, can show you the area. I can also drive you the same way he did with me around the lagoon, or I should say he was rowing me around the lagoon.
Yeah, we have a tour the cooking class, Vietnam food.
Oh, this is true as well. So you do also cooking classes for
And
foreigners.
And Hoi An countryside bike tour.
And the Hoi An countryside
Bicycle tour.
bicycle tour.
Right.
All right. That's amazing. We are making an accident.
Hoi An countryside bike tour. You ride a bicycle around the countryside in Hoi An. You see the rice field and buffalo, right?
Right. So we can see the rice fields in the countryside.
Yeah, and buffalo, right? Buffalo.
And the buffalo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really
Very
nice.
Very nice.
To see buffaloes, which look completely different from what we, at least for what I was expecting. A clash. Hello. A clash. Hello. The Asians are really nice. Really nice people. Perfect. So then, at the end of the tour, we will show them where they can find you.
We have a tour and website and TripAdvisor and Google.
Perfect. So guys, at the end of the tour, I will show you where you can find Mr. Long and Mr. Long Business. So if you need anything, you can always reach out to him. We can find his business on TripAdvisor, and the name of the business is Long, which is the name of Mr. Long, and Fu, the name of his wife.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Let's have a look at what Mr. Long offered me. A huge coconut. Thank you very much, Mr. Long. It's so sweet. It's a classic coconut water. Absolutely amazing. Really nice from him. We've had our coconut water. I guess this is a coconut from the water, yeah? It's a
Right from the this one for the coconut water, and that one you see the fruit on the table.
Yes.
For the water coconut.
Yeah. So basically this coconut comes from the plantation out there, which is really tasty. And yeah, I would like to thank you so much, Mr. Long
Yeah, thank you
and
very
his
much.
wife. And you can find their business at this address, correct? This is the address of your business. This is the business card, yes? Anyway, I will put everything in the description. We're leaving the coconut village. We're taking our bike and we're going to the center. As I mentioned to you already earlier, I am about to go and collect my t-shirt, my shirt, my custom shirt. I did it I already said that in the previous video. It's full of tailors around. They do clothes for you at a really, really convenient price. Therefore, we will go to pick our shirt. However, before that, we might stop around to have a bit of a lunch. It's 4 p.m. Maybe a pho or a pho or some fried wontons will be a great break, I guess. Yeah, let's go. This is the beast.